You may be asking yourself, what exactly is immersion education and how will it benefit my child or children? Well, to begin with, immersion education is a model in which students learn subject matter utilizing the target language as a medium. Immersion education is a strategy that seems to be adapted more and more by all these programs here in the state of Utah and around the nation. In the typical classrooms, students learn their subject matter in the primary language, which normally is English, which can be inefficient for them not to be able to learn an additional language. In immersion classroom, students learn all their core subjects in the second language, such as Spanish, German, Korean, just to name a couple. There are many benefits for students being able to be part of this immersion program, such as not only educational, but cognitive, social, cultural, and economic benefits. Research has also shown that language immersion programs is one of the most effective ways to learn a second language in school. Some advantages proven by immersion education are students being faster in foreign language level acquisition in reading and writing, high test scores, and even superior cognitive skills. There are many types of immersion programs. Some will have different percentages of use in second language, as high as 100% or as low as 50%, but there will still be a use of both languages, especially the second language that is being learned to students or being taught to students. The higher the percentage, the faster you will notice the language improvement of the child. Now, to go a little bit deeper into what exactly is the immersion education, I want to focus on 3 different models. Although there are many different levels that fall under these models, I will be focusing only on 3. Hopefully this will grab your attention and make you realize that this program is very beneficial, not only for yourself, but for your child in their future. Okay, so today I will be focusing on 3 of the main levels of education. One of them is the one-way immersion program, which is typically for majority language students. The second one will be developmental bilingual programs for language minority students. And the third one would be the two-way immersion for language minority and majority students, just to name a couple. In a one-way immersion programs, students are taught academic subjects and literacy skills through the second language as well as through their native language. Some of these programs are introduced to these students as early as in kindergarten or first grade, or as late as in junior high, which is typically around 8th grade, or even as early in high school, which is, depending on the state, maybe 9th grade or 10th grade. In a developmental program, all students are speakers of the minority language. Both the native and majority language are used for instructional purposes, academic and literacy instruction. These programs aim for proficiency in both oral and written forms of both languages. But just to remind you, all of these 3 levels or models of the immersion education focus on the same thing, just in different ways. Now, a two-way immersion program is a bilingual education program that develops bilingualism, biliteracy, grade level academic achievement, and social cultural development for all students. Half of the students of this program are members of the majority language, and the other half are also members of minority language, which means that both of them will have some type of knowledge for both of the languages. Back when I was in my early college years, I remember one of my semesters, I was focusing on taking more educational classes, and one of these classes had an assignment where we were required to go to an elementary school and observe the students under the dual immersion program. Honestly, prior to this, I had no knowledge about the programs and what the benefits were and what they were aiming for each individual of the program. I was able to observe a third grade classroom, and honestly, I was amazed by the knowledge these students had. I could tell that they were more advanced than other students in classroom without the program. Since I did grow up in Nevada, I was pretty familiar with the program of Nevada. Back in high school, I would also help with my younger brother's class, and I noticed that they weren't as advanced as the students here in the state of Utah, and honestly, that was a big like surprise to me. Certain subjects were taught in the second language, and they were all followed by the students without hesitation, meaning that a couple of the classes were divided for only to be taught in English, while the other half, to be specific, were social studies and geography, were only focused in Spanish. The teachers would always make sure to pronunciate and to talk slow so students could understand what was being instructed by the teacher. The learning environment was very safe and fun, which was also a big thing when it comes to a dual immersion classroom. You want to make sure that the students in the classroom feel safe to participate, to follow directions, and to feel included as they're learning this new material. The teacher was very creative with the lessons, as she included music, fun activities, art, and technology from the language that was being taught. The students were very open-minded as they understood topics from different perspectives and enjoyed helping one another. The teachers made sure that during the class period they only spoke Spanish, which was the language that was being taught to the students at the age of 9 or age of 8, depending on how young they were. Something that really stood out to me was the fact that I even got to help them practice for one of their tests, and their proficiency or their literacy skills were pretty high compared to other students, which show that literally the teachers under this program were reaching their goals for the students. All of the students had a big smile throughout their day as they continued to learn more about the second language and put it into use. Honestly, I can go on and on about this immersion education. There are so many benefits to it, and if you do more research about it, you might be amazed by all the benefits that come with it. It helps students understand, navigate, and enjoy intercultural differences. It also leads them to respect, have positive attitudes, and an appreciation of linguistic and cultural diversity, while helping students better understand their own culture. Students will also outperform monolinguals in the areas of divergent thinking, pattern recognition, and problem solving, just to name a couple of things that you'll notice if you were to enroll your student or your child under this program. Honestly, if I had the choice myself, I would definitely put one of my children or all of my children under this program, as they will have an expansion to many opportunities, not only in their academic achievements, but also in their personal achievements.